Welcome to Straight to English channel. Okay, so you know that feeling, right? That feeling of just pure panic. You've done the work, you watch the shows, you know all the grammar, but then a real person asks you a question, and poof, your brain just goes completely empty. Your heart starts pounding.
And that physical reaction is so important to recognize.
Yeah.
It's a genuine stress response.
Mm-hmm.
Many learners, they immediately think, oh, it's a language barrier.
Yeah.
They think they just don't know enough words.
But it's not that.
Yeah.
Because you do know the words. They're in there somewhere. They just won't come out.
Precisely.
Yeah.
It's not a language barrier at all. It is a psychological barrier. The information is there. It's stored, but the retrieval process, actually getting the word out of your brain into the world, is being blocked by fear.
Okay, let's really get into that. Let's use a story to break it down.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about this guy, Lucas. He is terrified of making a mistake.
Terrified.
Yeah.
A perfectionist.
And his friend Mia, who is the total opposite. She's super relaxed, and they're a huge challenge for the day, ordering a coffee in English.
A simple task that, inside Lucas's mind, has become this massive high-stakes exam.
Right. And by the time we're done here, you're going to have some real practical tools to deal with this. We're going to look at why you freeze.
We'll explain the crucial difference between accuracy and fluency.
And we'll give you some amazing filler phrases so you never have to just stand there in silence again.
Yeah.
The goal is to show you why trying to be perfect is actually what's holding you back.
So let's dive in.
All right, picture this. Lucas and Mia, they're in line at a coffee shop. It's busy, it's noisy, and you can just see the anxiety building in Lucas. He's like practicing sentences in his head.
But then the line moves, and it all just evaporates. Mia sees it, of course. She gives him a little nudge. It's your turn. You can do this. Remember what we talked about.
But he's already panicking. He's thinking, oh, the barista talks too fast. My accent is terrible. This is going to be so embarrassing. He even tries to get out of it. He says, no, you order for me. I'll just wait.
And this is so important. Mia says no.
She does. She holds her ground. She knows he has to face this.
So Lucas shuffles up to the counter. The barista's just, doing his job. Hi. What can I get for you today?
And here it is. The freeze. The big one. Lucas manages to say, hi, I want a coffee with
Mm-hmm.
And then just silence. Total, complete brain freeze.
The system has crashed. But the barista, thankfully, is patient. He just prompts them with the basics. Milk, sugar.
So Lucas gets a little foothold. He says, yes, milk, but not cow milk. But then he's stuck again. He can't find the word for the type of milk.
He can't retrieve the specific noun, so he falls back on a description.
Yeah, he says the other one from the nuts.
And this is actually a fantastic moment, even though it feels like a failure to him. He didn't just stop. He communicated. And the barista gets it instantly. Almond milk or oat milk?
Almond, yes,
Yeah.
sorry. And Lucas is just bright red. He's so embarrassed.
The minute they sit down, he's just beating himself up. He calls the whole thing a disaster.
A disaster for getting a coffee.
He's obsessed with the fact that he stumbled over his words and forgot a simple word like almond.
He says, I sounded like a child.
That's so harsh.
It is. And this is where Mia gives the most important advice in this whole deep dive.
She looks at him and says, you got your coffee, didn't you?
With the right milk.
The barista understood you. That's a win. That's all that matters.
Exactly. The mission was accomplished. Communication happened successfully.
She tells him his whole problem is that he's trying to translate every single word perfectly in his head before he speaks.
Which is impossible in a real conversation. It's too slow.
And that he's just paralyzed by this fear of being judged.
This brings us right to the core of it. The mental block. Let's actually put some names to these feelings so we can understand them.
Yes. If you can name it, you can tame it.
Okay, so the first one, that feeling of total emptiness. My mind went blank. This is a real physiological event. Your brain's fear center, the amygdala, basically hits the panic button. It floods your system with adrenaline.
It's not just forgetting. Your brain is literally blocking you from remembering. Correct. It's a survival response that shuts down higher cognitive functions, like language. Next is the physical reaction. I froze, or to freeze. That's what Lucas did. He just stopped.
It's like a deer in the headlights.
It is. It's that physical shutdown that accompanies the mental one.
And then what happens when you try to push through that feeling?
You get the third one. To stumble over a word.
Like tripping over your own feet, but with language.
A perfect analogy. It's the us and the ums, the pauses, the starting a sentence and then restarting it.
But wait a second. I mean, we do that all the time. Native speakers stumble over their words constantly. Why did it feel like such a catastrophe for Lucas?
That is a brilliant question, because when we do it, we're usually just searching for a better word or organizing a complex thought. Lucas was stumbling because he was trying to do two things at once: retrieve a simple word, almond, and at the same time, scan his own grammar for any other possible mistakes.
Oh, wow. So he's running like a constant error check program in his head.
A cripplingly slow one, which is why Mia's advice, don't be so hard on yourself, isn't just a nice platitude. It's a direct instruction to turn off that internal critic.
You have to give yourself permission to make mistakes.
If you wait for perfection, you will simply never speak.
This feels like the perfect time to talk about the really big idea here, the difference between accuracy and fluency.
This might be the single most important concept for any language learner to understand. Accuracy is Lucas's goal. It's perfect grammar, perfect pronunciation, no mistakes. It's speaking like a textbook.
Okay, that's accuracy. So what's fluency?
Fluency is Mia's approach. It's about communicating your idea smoothly. It's about keeping the conversation flowing, even if you make mistakes.
So the goal is just to be understood.
The goal is communication. Perfection can come later. You cannot have both at the beginning.
So wait, are you saying you should just ignore mistakes?
Not ignore them forever, but you have to deprioritize them in the moment. Think of learning to ride a bike. At first, you're focused on accuracy, pedals here, hands here, don't fall. You're wobbly and slow. That's accuracy focus. Fluency is when you can just ride down the street, look around, talk to a friend, and not even think about the pedals. The skill has become automatic.
You have to get moving first before you can worry about looking graceful.
Precisely. You must choose communication over perfection. Fluency first, then you can polish it into accuracy over time.
Okay, what about the other big fear? The fear of being judged. Lucas felt like the barista was, laughing at him inside.
Yes. That is a classic case of what psychologists call the spotlight effect.
The spotlight effect.
It's the feeling that a giant spotlight is following you around and everyone is noticing every single tiny mistake you make.
We feel like we're the star of the show, and not in a good way.
We really do. But the reality is, everyone else is the star of their own show. That barista. He was not grading Lucas's English. He was thinking about the next customer, about what time his shift ends, about whether he needs to restock the oat milk.
Milk or no milk. That's all he cared about.
That is all he cared about. Your stumble is a huge deal to you, but it's barely a blip on anyone else's radar.
Okay, this is all making so much sense. So let's get practical. How do we fix this? What can you do in that moment when you forget a word like almond?
The number one enemy in that moment is silence. Silence feels like failure.
So you need something to fill that space. A tool.
You need a cognitive bridge, a functional phrase that buys your brain a few extra seconds.
Okay, give me the best one. The go-to.
The absolute best is, what do you call it? It's simple, everyone understands it, and it immediately tells the other person, I'm searching, not stupid.
I love that. What do you call it? What else?
Another great one is, it's on the tip of my tongue. This signals that you know the concept, you just can't find the label for it right now.
And if the word just isn't coming?
Then you do exactly what Lucas did by accident. You use the descriptive tactic. Instead of freezing, you describe the thing you're talking about. So instead of silence, it's, the milk that's not from cows. It's made from nuts.
Description is always better than silence.
Always. It keeps the conversation moving forward.
These phrases are so incredibly useful. And hold that thought for a second. If you're finding this deep dive helpful, if these ideas are unlocking something for you, then please make sure you subscribe to the Straight to English channel right now. Just hit that button so you don't miss out on our next conversation about building your confidence.
Yes, because this is all about actively reprogramming your brain's response to these stressful situations. Instead of that inner critic, you need to have these functional phrases ready to go.
So it's not just about memorizing them, it's about making them your automatic response.
Exactly. The moment you feel that panic, that your mind is going blank, you just say it out loud. Sorry, my mind went blank. It gives you permission to pause.
And if you're close to the word, it's on the tip of my tongue.
And beyond those, you need to start practicing some positive self-talk. Affirmations, really.
Okay, like what?
You need to tell yourself, over and over, it is okay to make mistakes.
Communication is more important than perfection.
I won't be so hard on myself.
You have to become your own Mia. You have to be your own supportive friend in your head.
You have to be. Because at the end of the day, Mia was right. The coffee was correct. The communication, despite being imperfect, was a total success.
So it all comes back to this idea of courage.
The secret is that courage isn't the absence of fear. You're probably always going to feel that little jolt of adrenaline. Courage is speaking despite the fear. You feel it, you acknowledge it, maybe you use a filler phrase, and you just keep going.
I love that. Okay, so we have some homework for you. The next time you're speaking English and you make a mistake, and you will, which is great, I don't want you to apologize or get embarrassed. I want you to just say, oops, out loud, smile, and finish your sentence. Celebrate the mistake as proof that you're trying.
Focus on the flow, not the flaw. That is how fluency is built.
And as we wrap up, here's a final thought for you to consider.
Yeah.
What's the scariest situation for you right now? Is it talking on the phone where you have no visual cues?
Or is it maybe talking in front of a group where that spotlight effect feels like it's 1,000 watts? Think about that one specific scenario. You have the tools now. You can prioritize communication over perfection. You can absolutely do this. Make sure you subscribe to the Straight to English channel for more deep dives like this, and we'll see you next time.